Tonight, a weapon banned in Canada will soon find its way to Ukraine. The American plan to send cluster bombs into combat.
It was a very difficult decision.
Despite the long-term danger to civilians. The CEO of WestJet becomes a frustrated passenger.
The last thing we want to do is get a last-minute delay.
The cancellations and delays snarling summer travel. Plus, an out-of-this-world start to the greatest outdoor show on Earth.
Energy here is amazing. The people are amazing. I'm going to be riding a horse in the Stampede.
A kaleidoscope of cultures kicks off the Calgary Stampede.
CTV National News with Omar Sachedina. Reporting tonight, Heather Butts.
Good evening. The U.S. is giving Ukraine a controversial weapon that is outlawed by many of its allies, including Canada, which issued this statement tonight. We do not support the use of cluster munitions and are committed to putting an end to the effects cluster munitions have on civilians, particularly children. Here's the concern. Cluster bombs release multiple explosives, but some don't detonate and remain a deadly risk on the ground long after the fighting. CTV's Washington Bureau Chief Joy Malbon on the controversial plan.
While the Russians continue to target cities with missile and drone strikes, Ukraine is struggling on the battlefield, burning through ammunition. U.S. President Joe Biden making what he calls a difficult decision to send one of the most controversial weapons of war to Ukraine, cluster bombs.
It took me a while to be convinced to do it, but the main thing is they either have the weapons to stop the Russians now or they don't, and I think they needed them.
Russia's been using cluster bombs since the beginning of the war, launching them into neighborhoods. The White House defending the move to send thousands of cluster munitions as a temporary fix to keep Ukraine in the fight.
I'm not making an argument which says they do it, so we'll do it. We will not leave Ukraine defenseless at any point.
Human rights groups are pushing back, and most NATO allies like Canada have banned cluster munitions because when they hit their target, they scatter hundreds of smaller bomblets over a large area. Any that don't explode become a risk to civilians.
It is truly, truly horrible to see children dismembered, literally dismembered. These are far deadlier than landmines.
Former Canadian arms negotiator Earl Turcott has seen firsthand what cluster bombs can do, now pleading with Ukraine.
My understanding, according to Human Rights Watch, is that civilians have already been killed because of the indiscriminate nature of the weapon. And there's already areas that are so heavily contaminated that it'll be a long time before they are accessible. You're only going to exacerbate that problem. Please reconsider.
Tonight, Ukraine's President Zelensky thanked the U.S. as President Biden faces criticism at home and will likely get an earful from allies when he heads to Lithuania for the NATO summit next week. Heather?
Thanks, Joy. The Prime Minister will also be at that summit. And while Canada is one of 120 countries that have banned cluster bombs, in this case, Ukraine says it will minimize the risk to civilians by not using the rounds in urban environments, recording where they are used, and committing to demining areas after the war. New numbers on the health of the Canadian economy show the labour market may be bouncing back. 60,000 new jobs were added last month. But despite that gain, the percentage of unemployed Canadians also rose to the highest it has been in more than a year. And that is partially because of the record number of new Canadians hitting the job market. CTV's Kevin Gallagher reports.
This Ottawa bagel chain has been hit with the wave of people looking for work over the past 3 months as Canada's job market continues to heat up.
I would say based on the numbers that we've seen so far at Kelvin's, I would say anywhere between a 20% increase just in application submissions.
The addition of 60,000 jobs to Canada's workforce last month was 3 times higher than analysts expected, as new workers are taking on jobs in manufacturing and retail and filling shortages in the healthcare sector. Though at the same time, the percentage of people without a job is going up.
The unemployment rate is edging up purely because of increased population, and that's why wages are coming down.
Last month, Canada's population increased to 40 million, largely driven by new immigrants.
People who come to Canada, they bring a lot of skills.
Employment advisor Alexis Dominguez says he's been busy helping these new Canadians tackle challenges to find jobs.
The system is kind of preventing them to resume their career right away.
Many struggle to get foreign credentials recognized, slowing the hiring process. While a series of Bank of Canada interest rate hikes aimed at slowing the economy started last year, so today's job numbers send mixed signals.
It's not going to be, oh, okay, mission accomplished. I think it's still the case that they're going to be worried about wage pressures and fueling further inflation pressures.
Another rate decision by the Bank of Canada is due next week, Heather. One many economists think will be another increase.
Kevin Gallagher in Ottawa. At the start of what is expected to be a busy travel season, concerns over delays are tonight coming from a surprising voice. There were thousands of cancellations and delays over the Canada Day weekend, but this week, the CEO of WestJet was among those stuck because of staffing issues. CTV's Siobhan Morris on the tweet that has the Transport Minister talking.
Kayla Lavoie and her grandfather are off on the trip of a lifetime. Their bags packed, their fingers crossed.
There's a delay or something that happens and we miss the entire beginning of the tour, and we're going to have to figure out where we're going to be going.
It's a common worry at Canada's busiest airport.
So the last thing we want to do is get a last-minute delay.
Flights are being held up with not enough air traffic controllers. The CEO of WestJet was in a backlog Thursday, flying Calgary to Vancouver, sharing a frustrated selfie. Delayed 2.5 hours on our own flight to YVR because NAV Canada is understaffed, he tweeted. We would have been perfectly on time. Now many guests will miss their connections.
I find it comical, actually. It's a little funny, but I guess he's trying to appeal, saying that I'm one of you as well.
NAV Canada says it's working to tackle shortages. A spokesperson writes, we currently have more than 400 employees in training, and more than 600 individuals will enter our training programs in the following 2 years. Its actions, some say, comes too late.
Why do we only have air traffic controllers entering the workforce now when we knew the shortage was already impacting flights last summer?
After a wave of pandemic retirements and buyouts, not just in Canada, but around the world.
I've had conversations with the CEO of NAV Canada about ensuring that staff and air traffic controllers are available.
The Transport Minister says he wants Canadians to worry more about which hotel to book than what's happening at the airport.
I'm doing everything I can, and Transport Canada is doing everything we can to ensure that the entire system works together well to improve efficiency.
Al Gabra says airports are in better shape, but there's work to do.
There were 2,000 delays and cancellations over the Canada Day long weekend, primarily at Pearson and at Montreal Airport. So that does not bode well, given the fact that that was actually just the very start of the summer peak.
It could mean more delays into late July and early August if staffing shortages continue. Siobhan Morris, CTV News, Toronto.
There are sweltering conditions around large parts of the world and at either end of the country tonight, just as more global milestones melted away in the unprecedented heat. CTV's Atlantic Bureau Chief Christian Ashkate looks at the climate concerns and the forecast ahead.
At the end of a week of record-breaking temperatures, heat warnings are still being issued for eastern Canada.
It's like too hot to work, so we're just getting ready to pack up and shut down for the day.
In Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and PEI, the hot weather will stay well into the weekend, with the humidex making it feel like almost 40 degrees.
We were down really low on our numbers for air conditioners, so we just got a shipment in this morning.
Those looking for relief from the heat were disappointed today after a number of beaches near Halifax had to be closed due to E. coli found in the water.
It was really hard for me because I was really looking forward to getting my whole body into the cool water.
Today, the United Nations said the global temperature rise shows climate change is out of control.
If we persist in delaying key measures that are needed, I think we are moving into a catastrophic situation.
It's like global fever, and it's really taking the temperature or the pulse of a sick planet.
Environment and Climate Change Canada is predicting more extreme weather events earlier in years past.
Usually it's in a September, October. I mean, it's already here and it's growing.
In Antarctica, a new study has found that as glaciers shrink, they are releasing more greenhouse gases. Researchers say this data is not being counted and could speed up global warming.
The problem is these emissions can grow as these points, emission points get larger as they grow in numbers.
Here on the East Coast, temperatures won't go down at least until Sunday, meaning more people will have to endure this heat. Heather?
Thanks, Grayson. A somber scene in the skies over Garrison, Petawawa today for a memorial honoring Captain Marc LaRouche, one of 2 pilots killed last month when their helicopter crashed into the Ottawa River. Chinook and Griffin helicopters, models that LaRouche flew, broke the silence over the military base where hundreds gathered to remember the pilot, husband, and father. A private funeral service was held afterwards. In Manitoba tonight, the families of Indigenous women believed to be murdered and buried in a landfill have forced the closure of the site. They're protesting after the province said it wouldn't pay to search for their remains.
This is not about funding. This is about the safety, and it was in the report itself. This is about the safety of those individuals who would be conducting the search. I mean, the landfill is full of toxic waste.
Premier Stephenson says the federal government needs to make the decision on whether to search the landfill. CTV's Daniel Halmerson reports.
The city of Winnipeg has closed the Brady Road landfill until further notice because of a protest near the site's main entrance that appeared on Thursday afternoon.
We did our part by just doing our blockade here, so basically it's on their part that they shut it down. It's not us. We didn't shut it down.
The blockade went up after Premier Heather Stephenson said the province wouldn't move forward with the search of the Prairie Green landfill north of the city for the remains of 2 Indigenous women killed by an alleged serial killer, citing health and safety reasons.
The second that decision was made, we were ready. We knew what was going to happen, but we still went to that meeting with high hopes.
Cambria Harris, whose mother is one of the victims, is disappointed by the province's decision to not support a search.
It's sadness, it's anger, it's frustration, it's grief. It's all of those tied into one giant circle.
The blockade is her family and community's way of demanding justice.
We've played by the rules, we played by the books this entire time. We did the feasibility study.
The chair of the Manitoba MMIWG coalition says she supports the protest.
The fact that we are continuing to have to need to do this kind of advocacy, like I said, I stand with them in spirit.
Tammy Wolf says all levels of government need to take action.
We haven't even seen the 231 calls for justice pushed forward. There's a few of them that have been worked on, but we need to see tangible outcomes.
We're learning tonight the group received an injunction this afternoon saying the blockade needs to be removed by Monday. CTV News has reached out to the Winnipeg Police Service for comment, but did not hear back. Daniel Halmerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
A U.S. judge handed 90 life sentences today to one man behind a deadly mass shooting targeting Hispanics. A self-described white nationalist, Patrick Cruces, killed 23 people at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas, nearly 4 years ago.
Good that this is over and he can start serving what he's paying for what he's done.
This man lost his 15-year-old son, Javier Rodriguez, who was the youngest victim of the rampage. Thousands of Muslims marched in Pakistan today to protest the burning of their holy book in Sweden last week. Women and children were part of the nationwide demonstrations demanding an end to the diplomatic ties with the country. Swedish flags were trampled and burnt in some areas. Anger has grown in Muslim countries around the world after a man desecrated a Quran outside a Stockholm mosque. Coming up, hitting a sour note. Drake is the latest star struck by unruly behavior at a concert. Plus, Calgary celebrates the Stampede. Drake has become the latest artist to face rowdy fans crossing the line at concerts. The Canadian rapper had a cell phone flung at him in Chicago while he was on stage singing. CTV's Vanessa Lee reports.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Drake sings about his cell phone, but likely never expected one to be hurled at him while performing in Chicago Wednesday night. He seemed unfazed and carried on. It's the latest instance in a bizarre spate of concertgoers throwing things on stage. Last week, country artist Kelsey Ballerini stopped singing after she was hit in the eye with a bracelet. Later posting on Instagram, it scared her and wants her shows to be a safe place for everyone.
I think sometimes people are kind of doing this to kind of have their own little 15 minutes of fame.
Singer Bebe Rexha was taken to hospital when she was struck in the face with a cell phone during her concert in New York. The 27-year-old suspect charged with assault is said to have done it because he thought it would be funny.
Kind of goes into this bigger picture of concert etiquette and kind of how people have been acting a little more inappropriately since the pandemic.
Have you seen that? Dare you first
That was Adele's warning to fans, clearly fed up with the unruly behavior. Artists have long dodged objects on stage. Fans regularly tossed underwear at Tom Jones, and the Beatles were pelted with jelly beans after they said they loved the candies.
This feels a little bit different, though. This feels more about the me side of social media.
In a statement to The Hollywood Reporter, the Grammy CEO called the actions by fans disturbing and very unfortunate, and hopes it doesn't continue to be a trend. Vanessa Lee, CTV News, Montreal.
A piece of art history is taking shape in downtown Edmonton, and it's a towering achievement. BC artist Grady Wallace is spray painting the largest stencil mural ever created by a Canadian. When finished, the piece will cover the west side of this 20-story building. Wallace was commissioned to do the mural more than 3 years ago, but the pandemic prevented him from starting until now. Still ahead tonight, cross-border shopping. High prices at the pumps is driving some south of the border. For the second time in less than a week, gas prices in Atlantic provinces have gone up. Ottawa's carbon tax was rolled out in that region July 1st. Days later, its new clean fuel regulations kicked in, pushing prices even higher. CTV's Nick Moore on the hunt for fuel.
The light was on.
Michael Haley pulled into this Calais main gas station today from Canada on empty.
I think this is around about $50 difference for the tank. If you get it here as opposed to Canada. It's probably worse now.
A significant jump at the pump in New Brunswick overnight, creating an even bigger price discrepancy along the border. Many who live in the St. Stephen area have traditionally traveled to Maine for products that are cheaper.
Lately, I've noticed that a lot of the things are pretty much the same price.
But fuel has been a different story, selling today at this station for $1.25 Canadian a litre.
As long as I'm living here, I'll always come over here for gas. Yeah, it's always much cheaper, so.
And it's really hard when you're retired to be able to go with all the different new prices, and they're all up.
Driving to the border for a cheaper fill-up might not be worth it for everybody, but fuel pricing expert Dan McTagg says more people will now likely think about it.
The price last week was a difference of about 20 cents a litre. That's now about 44 cents a litre. So there's a pretty big difference now between New Brunswick and Maine.
Mark Chase lives about a 20 minutes drive from the border in St. Andrews and wouldn't typically make a special trip to the border to fill up, but
with the price difference, it's worth it. Simple, it's only a short drive, and it's a good way to save money.
Michael Haley is venturing out on a Maine vacation, but will be sure to fill up before going back to Canada.
I'd be daft not to, yeah.
Nick Moore, CTV News, Calais, Maine.
The adrenaline-pumping, centuries-old tradition of running of the bulls has returned to Spain. Crowds in red and white descended on the streets of Pamplona, joining bulls that charged along the route and into the bull ring. The annual event was made famous by Ernest Hemingway's novel, The Sun Also Rises, and this year marks the 100th anniversary of his first visit to the festival. After the break, tipping his hat to Western heritage. Astronaut Jeremy Hansen helps kick off the Calgary Stampede. Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen traded a space shuttle for a saddle today as he led the Calgary Stampede parade. Hundreds of thousands lined the route to usher in the annual 10-day celebration. CTV's Mark Villani reports.
It's time to get loud and giddy up for the greatest outdoor show on Earth. The Calgary Stampede is officially underway, and a real-life space cowboy is leading the charge.
In aviation, I'm a pilot. You know, you get checked out on an airplane. Well, I got checked out on a horse yesterday, so I feel ready today.
This year's parade marshal, Jeremy Hansen, is in line to become the first Canadian to orbit the moon.
This is huge. I just want to reflect back to Canadians that we need to keep dreaming big. We have important gifts to share with the world.
And it really was a showcase of the world, from Chinese dragons to African dancers. The First Nations Stampede Princess waves to the crowd, and Calgary's Ukrainian community created their own human flag. It's a representation of several cultures coming together as one.
It's always a pleasure for us to come back and share our ideas with the community at large.
We get to see all different cultures and backgrounds here at the parade, so it's not just Indigenous people, but the whole thing about it is that it's beautiful that we're all being celebrated and that we're all welcome.
And what a welcome it was, from marching bands to bagpipers. Some of the most talented musicians jammed out on the street. More than 4,000 people took part in the parade, but some are more fascinated by those walking on four legs.
Just the scale of it and the size and all the horses. I'm a big horse fan.
You can feel the energy as the floats go by. The extravagant decorations are a testament to the hours of hard work.
I did all the lighting, wiring, the roof rack. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But we can't forget about those fancy cars, some of them from famous movies, others a little more unique.
I was looking for the fire trucks.
And you bet there were fire trucks, along with a showcase of Canada's military might. The whole experience is a special one for those who have attended this event for more than 50 years.
In 1970, I was able to ride in the parade, and it was probably one of the best experiences ever.
And this must be the place if you're looking for 10 days of Western fun. It's time to smile and enjoy all that Cowtown has to offer. Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
Looks like a lot of fun. That's it for us tonight. I'm Heather Butts. For all of us at CTV National News, thank you for watching. John Ehrlichman will be here tomorrow. Good night.